Alright, and we are off. We're going to change the names real quick for you guys. Make sure you guys can follow. We are doing just a best of one. It's been a long tournament, and the rest of the tournament has been best of one. But, of course, since BJ came from the loser's bracket, he is going to possibly be able to do a bracket reset on Austen. And for those of you that don't know, in a double elimination bracket, if you make it all the way through the loser's side and you beat the winner's player goes to losers and you play one final game. So I'm going to change these names real quick. Make sure you guys can follow along. So Austen, he chose to play the Darkrai-Giratina deck today. It's been doing pretty well. He played against me. Got a really easy win because of special energy. There's been a handful of special energy decks. And the rest are megas, so he's kind of been using all of Giratina's locking powers throughout the day. Actually, I'm not even sure I've seen him attack with Darkrai, really. It's been just all Giratina all day. But BJ is playing Colorless Rayquaza. That's been about, I guess, like 3 or 4 of the decks here. It's been a big thing, and I also think it's going to be a big part of the format. So we'll see how one of these kind of anti-mega decks works against probably the best mega deck just on paper. That's debatable, but Rayquaza is a very good deck, especially with Karen. And as you guys can see on the bottom, this is standard format, and we are playing with Karen proxies to get ready for those regionals coming up very soon. Ooh, very looks like a very bad hand. BJ's looking like he might not be able to do that do that bracket reset. Of course, Austen does start with the Hoopa, not the optimal starter, but there's some more basics. Hitting that max elixir, and he's going to get started locking up BJ.
BJ showing his amazing hand.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do that, but we're all having fun here. That's one of the great things about running your own tournament is, you know, you don't have exactly the same rules as Pokemon, so we're all having fun, kind of. Obviously, everyone here is really, really good friends, and just having a little fun out there, just showing his hand. Austen going off with that Shaman, letting him set up, draw until he has 6 cards in his hand. Very, very good card. And you can see a Karen already in his hand. Guess he doesn't really need it for this matchup, but as you can see, we are using Karen, and it's played a pretty big factor in today's games. Yeah, Bird Boy, I was playing a deck, a Gardevoir deck with 4 parallel cities, and it still wasn't enough to beat Colorless Rayquaza. You have to do other things like discard their energy with Enhanced Tamper too. I think it's possible to counter it with Parallel and the combination of like something else, maybe Garbodor, but it's definitely one of the big decks right now, and people think it's an easy counter, and it's just not. So BJ attaches double Colorless, does a pass. That's alright. Getting a double Colorless down is good. Magirina gets to attack for 120 damage with its attack, so pretty solid. After he attacks, it only does 60 more, but as long as Austen keeps that Fury Belt off his Giratina, that'll be a 2-shot for BJ. And also, he attached to Hoopa, which has a 2 retreat cost, so he's probably going to stick it right there for just one more turn, especially with the Fury Belt. Yeah, Mewtwo, see, like I was saying, Yugi, dude, Mewtwo is runs Parallel and Garb, and it does a pretty solid job getting their bench down really low and not letting them draw more with their setup because of the Garb. You have to have some sort of combination like that. You have to make him do more than just draw a few more basics. Because the deck is so fast, so it's going to start off like on a better board position, taking prizes faster, and it just has such an explosive power that just throwing their bench down isn't really doing too much. Austen getting that Parallel City, an absolutely dirty card in this matchup. That Chaos Wheel from Giratina leaves Stadium cards in play. They can't be taken away unless an outside card like Delinquent plays it. But no, his opponent can't play Stadium, so that Skyfield is going to be stuck in his hand unless he hits a Pokemon Ranger, which I'm not even sure he plays, to be honest, but we'll find out.
I mean, hopefully this puzzle time helped him out. Puzzle time last turn.
It seems though, if you guys have been following this tournament and you've been following BJ's bracket run, he's had some pretty crazy games. I think this is karma coming back to get him, but he donked a speed Raichu deck. Ooh. He beat me and I prized all my shamans in that game. So he's had an interesting run, but I think luck's finally getting to him.
This looks bleak.
He looks very bleak. So he uses that Ninja Boy, one of the newer cards. Very, very interesting. It's going to have a really big part in this new standard format. So many decks could abuse it, like it's dark decks. It's good for getting Shaman off the board because of AZ. Here comes that Chaos Wheel, locking Parallel City. BJ, Trainer's Mail, see what he can get. Can he get out of this bad position? Looks like he got an Ultra Ball, so maybe he'll get something. He'll get something for sure. He can get probably not a Hoopa because he won't have the bench to use it well, but he can definitely get a Shaman so he can draw some cards.
He needs a Ranger, and even then he can't knock out that Giratina.
Oh
That stage
man.
is locked into play right now, for sure.
So while BJ's taking his turn, I'm gonna go ahead and I'd tell you guys I'd really appreciate it if you hit me with a follow. This has been a lot of work to get this going where it is, and I'd like to put in more work for you guys. The Southeast needs some more tournaments. Pokemon in general needs some more non-sanctioned events. But I'd really appreciate that follow. It'll encourage me so much to keep going with this kind of stuff. And I'm hoping to have a Nanerpus Open later, probably in early December. That's a much bigger event held somewhere not in my house, but I'm gonna stick with the Nanerpus Invitational. It's fun to invite a lot of friends over. I'm gonna mix up the cast some next time. But it's been fun. For those of you that don't know, this Nanerpus Invitational it's a tournament, big run at my house. I invited some top players over, really to experiment with the whole streaming thing and running my own event and commentating and getting things going. I'm gonna be able to throw some stuff on YouTube as well. Um, if you want to go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube, that'd be great too. I believe it's youtube.com/. I think it's still just Nanerpus131. But I'll be editing these videos, putting some stuff together, and I'm definitely going to be doing some PTCGO stuff as well, and trying to stream as many tournaments as I can. So if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. There's nothing on there yet, but there will be in a very short time, maybe like a week and a half. And definitely follow me on here. I'll be streaming PTCGO just as soon as Ninja Boy gets fixed. But as of right now, I'm just doing IRL tournaments. So BJ had his turn. Hoopa grabbed some of those basics, grabbed some of those EXs, but couldn't get an attack off, and he couldn't even attach an energy. That's probably the hardest thing about this matchup is the Colorless Ray can't attach to the special energy after Chaos Wheel's been used. And there's Austen taking his first two prize cards. Definitely take an early lead here by locking Parallel into play and not letting BJ play any special energy. If you guys stick around after the game, I'll just do a short interview with with the both of them. I'll go over Austen's deck. The Colorless Rayquaza deck's pretty simple. I'm sure you guys have seen that for the last 2 years now, year and a half. But we'll go over this Darkrai Giratina Hydreigon deck. A little bit different than before, just because of rotation. But we'll see what Austen thinks about it. Maybe he thinks, no, I got a little lucky today. Maybe he really does think this is a great play, but
Built it today.
he did build it today.
Built it
But
today.
Austen, very good player. One of his best attributes is he can kind of put a deck together on the fly and kind of just go in with it. And here comes an N, finally getting a real supporter out for BJ. Not sure what he can draw that can help him here, because Chaos Wheel is going to keep him from playing double colorless and his Spirit Link. But, and his Skyfield. But,
And even then, if he gets all that down,
can't even
not
attack.
hit
Right,
the
right,
Giratina.
right. Man, this is a hard matchup, obviously, but Austen made a good meta call, and it's probably a good meta call for regionals. Like, I'm sure Rayquaza is going to be one of the most popular decks at regionals. It's a fun deck to play for sure. Everybody likes it. They already have the cards. So I definitely see that being a pretty popular choice. In terms of other decks, probably some Mewtwo. Scissor's pretty good. Maybe something with Dark. Maybe Fright Knight's a very, very good card. Stage 1s definitely have a lot of potential, but figuring out the best ones to use is Gonna be a bit of a struggle considering Karen gets rid of Vespiquen's Pokemon from the discard pile. So, but we'll see. That seems to be a lot of the good decks. Volcanian's also good. Maybe Despair Ray Gardevoir, maybe Greninja, but I think Rayquaza is definitely one of the top popular decks. And we see BJ right there getting to attack with Rayquaza's first attack, putting 6 damage counters on his Pokemon EX. Maybe that'll help. We'll see. Okay. Lysandering Shaman. If he gets that Fury Belt, oh boy, is this going to end quick. That Fury Belt on the Giratina that can't be removed. Oh, he just uses Chaos Wheel. Interesting play. I definitely will ask him about that after that. I'm a little too tired to think about exactly why that's good, but I guess I could see it. He's not taking the 6 damage from the Rayquaza. That Rayquaza gets to attack twice. Possibly could knock it out if Austen misses the Fury Belt.
I'm gonna assume that just hit the Rayquaza. They can't do anything past that. He can't attach items. He can't Mega Evolve. He can't play a Stadium. I just would have put damage on that Rayquaza. I mean, the thing Austen has to watch out for is that Zoroark. If it ever comes down.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, yeah, I think he's just trying too hard. Maybe he's having a little bit of fun. Who knows? Austen, he likes to have fun with the game. So there he is, knocking out that Shaman very quickly, down to 2 prize cards, 2 to 6, almost at the end of the Nanerpus Invitational. This is Grand Finals, by the way, and Austen is coming in from the winner's side. So unless BJ gets some crazy turn this turn, which I'm not sure is possible, looks like Austen might very well be the winner of our very first Nanerpus Invitational. That's about all it is. Double support is about the only thing that could help. We saw Giratina last format, getting rid of those night marches, having a good time with those Vespiquens, but it seems now it gets to use probably what it was designed to be, a mega counter.
It is. It really is. It stops Mewtwo. It stops Mega Ray.
Scissor.
It stops Gardevoir as well. Mega Gardevoir. Mega Scizor. Yep.
Lots of cards. And there is Lysander, bringing up Hoopa, obviously very good. BJ I see those hand expressions. He's like, oh, why does it matter? I'm just going to lose anyway. I guarantee that's what he said right there. But especially good on the Hoopa because of that 2 retreat. No float stone means he can't retreat it. And there it is. He finally got the Pokemon Ranger. He's going in. If he does this turn, boy oh boy. If we see the comeback.
He's going to do it. That Giratina is dead. There's no Fury Belt.
If he gets a Skyfield down, maybe, just maybe, glimmer of hope for BJ.
There's no other Hydreigon. There's no other Giratina on the bench.
This could be a real changer. Of course, he does have Ninja Boy. That's a card that always throws me off when I'm trying to watch these games or commentate them. I forget Ninja Boy's a card.
This could get interesting. So it's gonna knock it out.
No Skyfield, no Lynx, no Megas, but he got those prizes. So BJ's down to 4. I agree. There's a little something going on right here. You got to do the check marks on the left. It doesn't matter which side you take him from. And Lysander with Hydreigon knocks out the Hoopa real quick. And Austen Vance is the winner of the Nanerpus Invitational, taking the entire tournament by not losing a single game playing Darkrai Giratina. What a run. What a tournament.